All of the organisms shown in the evolutionary tree will have evolved via a process known as natural selection, which was discovered by Charles Darwin. Outline the process of natural selection for 5 marks. The process of natural selection is a topic that comes up so often, and it will often literally just be outline the process of natural selection. As a question, it will carry a lot of marks, so if you can remember the process, it will stand you in really good stead for the exam. So you can have any 5 of the following points, and you can see from the mark scheme there's a lot that you can say, but you only really need about 6 or 7 points, and then you're guaranteed to get that 5 marks as long as they're correct. So individuals in a species will show a wide variation. So that is due to genetic variation. So differences in genes, that could be mutations or different alleles that they have. For example, blue eye colour and brown eye colour are the different alleles, different versions of the same gene. Some individuals will have advantageous characteristics. So some individuals in the species will have things that make them better adapted to the local environment. For example, they might be able to run faster, or they might have a fur colour that makes them more camouflaged, or they might be simply fitter. These animals will be more likely to survive and reproduce because they will outcompete the other individuals that don't have this advantageous characteristic. They'll be more likely to survive and reproduce because they'll be more able to escape from harm, for example, maybe more able to detect predators or hide from predators. They might be better at collecting food, for example. They might have a better beak if they're a bird, which might allow them to access better quality food, grubs, for example. But all of this will make them more likely to survive and reproduce, and that's a really key statement. They're more likely to survive and reproduce, and they will pass on their successful and advantageous genes to the next generation. So their offspring will inherit their advantageous characteristics. This will mean that the disadvantaged genes will become less common, whilst the advantageous genes become more common within the population, within the species, as it's those advantageous genes that are getting passed on each generation. Because those disadvantaged individuals are less likely to survive and reproduce, their genes become less common, and the advantageous animals will continue to reproduce more and more and more so that their advantageous characteristics spread throughout the species. Over time, the species will gradually evolve, and because those genes have spread throughout the population, all of those individuals will then carry the advantageous and new characteristic.